Hello everybody, this is Alberto Kennedy, aka Grimoire. Sorry I've been gone for a while. What I've been doing is dedicating some time for me, which means what I've been doing for me? Well, briefly, what I've been doing is exercising. I'm trying to get a little more in shape, you know, eating right, walking, and lifting a little, just to burn some fat, and because I've noticed that I'm a little bit more Rubenesque than I would prefer, and so I'm trying to get my body in line, get my summer bod, and also what I would like to share with you guys is that I've been working on a second book, a novel, no less. And I am almost finished with it, so this novel is going to be great. That's going to be another video entirely. I just want to let you guys know what I've been up to. And yeah, that's where I'm at right now. This video, however, is going to be discussing crystals. A lot of people ask me, kind of like with the angel thing, you believe in angels? Damn. And he goes, you believe in crystals? Damn. But I do. I have to say I do believe in crystals. And I incorporate crystals in a lot of my occult and magical endeavors. And here's the thing about crystals. Here's the thing about magic and the occult and the practicing of. Not everything is dark, doom, and gloom, you know? Not everything is about battling evil, battling black magic, war, fight, you know, protect, defend. These are important things. Don't get me wrong, don't get it twisted. But it's not the entirety of what magic is, of what the occult is. Keep in mind, all magical practices, traditions, and all occult practices and traditions, spiritual practices and traditions, mysticism, and all that, these are things that are designed to help you evolve spiritually, to help you grow spiritually, to ascend to your higher self, and to help others ascend to their higher selves. That's what magic, that's the original intention of the occult and magic. To get the human condition, the spiritual human condition, higher than it is right now. Or than it was back then, you know. So keep in mind, not everything in magic is doom and gloom. Not everything is, voodoo dolls and hoodoo jars and skulls and no, there's also a beautiful factor in magic. And that's what I want to share with this video. Something beautiful and also that helps you grow spiritually, and that's positive. How are you going to promote positive energies in your life if you don't know how, you know? And if you don't know the tools? Being one with the light is great, but if you don't know how to work with the light, well, that's a freaking problem. So I'm gonna solve it right now and show you. Crystals. All right. Now, crystals, a lot of people think, oh, that's some kind of 1960s, 70s, and 80s phenomena, 80s and 90s phenomena, right? Nah, I did my research. Let me kick you down to 411. Crystals. The use of crystals, I have my notes. The use of crystals as a spiritual tool is a much more ancient practice than the advent of the New Age phenomena that began in the 1970s, 1970s, and that still exists today in 2018 and going strong. Much like the Western Hermetic traditions, because there is different traditions. There's the Golden Dawn. There's Kabbalah. There's so many offshoots in terms of what the Western practice of magic entails. There's so many, right? Paths, traditions, and whatnot. The New Age tradition, just like the Hermetic tradition, incorporates various ancient mystical and magical practices. such as angeology, the study of angels, astrology, meditation, psychic development techniques, spiritual healing with various shamanic principles, and the use of crystals. All right, figures prominently in all that. For example, let's go back in time to ancient Mesoamerica. The Aztecs, for example, they used to work with crystals a great deal. One crystal in particular that was very sacred to them was the Obsidian Crystal. That crystal itself was sacred to one of their Aztec gods, which was called what's it called? I'm sorry, I want to say Tlatelolco, but no, that's not it. It's Tezcatlipoca. He was the smoking mirror, because the mirror that when you wanted to work with him was black. And what they used as a mirror was the obsidian crystal. They also used it as a blade to cut, and the tip of their spears and whatnot, and for sacrifices. Tezcatlipoca was their god of night, magic, war, protection. He was a sin eater, but then again, most indigenous deities were in fact sin eaters, especially the Aztec gods. He was also a were-jaguar, because most of the witches in that time were male, and magic was a male-dominated field in that time, and sacred to Tezcatlipoca. Obsidian was a powerful tool to connect with him, to summon his magics, to summon his essence, energy, and whatnot. The ancient Egyptians worked with crystals. Lapis lazuli specifically, carnelian, which was also called or viewed as the tears of Isis, and malachite. And they used to use these crystals in their rituals. Also, for their cosmetics, they ground it up and used it for the cosmetics. Eyeshadow, malachite was great for eyeshadow and whatnot. So crystals have a long history helping humanity and being one with humanity and being used for mystic purposes. Even Hebrew high priests had a chest plate that had different crystals on them, and these different crystals imbued the priest with certain abilities and enabled them to connect with God during ceremonies. Crystals and stones were commonly used in rites and ceremonies, especially for shamans, you know. Crystals can focus and harness spiritual energy. They work by altering your vibrational frequency. That's deep. Also, here's a little 411 that you won't find in many books, if any. Crystals were thought to be doorways to other states of consciousness and other dimensions. This is because in spiritual and magical terms, crystals are not only the product of energy, but energy emanations in of themselves. All forms of energy are natural doorways and portals into different states of consciousness, as well as other dimensions. In truth, all forms of energy, manifestations of energy, and that which inherently possesses energy, us, are potential doorways to other states of consciousness and dimensions. Okay, that's deep. Okay. In short, crystals are interdimensional tools. They can be used for divination purposes, for spiritual communication, for spiritual, psychic, empathic, and auric healing. Auric is the root word of auric is aura. Your aura, your electromagnetic field around your physical body. Keep in mind, this body has electrical currents, and this electricity creates a field around your body. Keep in mind, if your cells are generating even low-level amounts of electricity, you do have metal in your blood, iron in your blood and everything, which there's certain metal, copper, we have in our system too. These conduct electricity. So it stands to reason that there is an energy field around us. We're like freaking batteries, And imagine that on a spiritual level. Okay, so crystals can help you develop your psychic ability, your psychic sensitivity, and your psychic sensitivity to other dimensions, other planes of existence, other states of being, i.e. the world of the dead, or the place that psychic mediums connect with and have an innate connection with. Okay? They also are invaluable in balancing and healing your chakras. For spiritual, psychic, auric, empathic, and telepathic protection and healing. So let me reread that. They're also good for spiritual, psychic, auric, empathic, and telepathic protection and healing. Okay. Now, how to work with crystals? It's good. Now I just gave you what they do, what crystals do. How do you work it? Okay. Each crystal has a specific purpose indicated by their color. Color formulas can be subjective and personal by the varying experiences of different people. So using a color formula that's established, you can do that. But if you come from a different tradition, like a Kabbalistic tradition, you can use the Queen scale. If you come from a Wicca tradition, you can use the color formulas that they have and incorporate that with crystals. You know? So everybody has their own formula or subjective psychological and emotional associations or attributions to colors. Use that when you're working with the crystals if you don't want to use the established color formula that I'm going to give you right now. The best and easiest way to work with crystals is using the colors attributed to our chakras. Please see my video regarding the placement of our chakras, where I go into detail about what they are and where they are located in our body, because I also talk about the color formula attributed to your chakras. Now keep in mind, I didn't pull this color formula out of my ass. These color formulas have been written down in Sanskrit many thousands of years ago. And that's what we have used as a template for the color codes of our chakras. I didn't create it. That's already been established by the ancients. Okay? For example, the root chakra. Red and black crystals are for our root chakra or base chakra, survival, which governs survival issues, basic needs to sustain life, our ability to be grounded. The second chakra, the color coordination is orange, the color designation, excuse me, is orange or reddish orange or red. And this is for the sacral chakra, the second chakra, the navel chakra. Our center that helps us connect and accept others. It's our sexual and sensual center, our ability to give and receive pleasure, sharing, and abundance. The third chakra, our solar plexus, and the color coordination, the color designation, I want to say coordination, designation is yellow or yellowish gold. And this governs confidence, self-esteem, self-worth, the persona we project to others. The heart chakra, the color designation, there we go, is green or pink. And that governs our ability to love, our ability to be loved, our ability to recognize positive manifestations of love, and dysfunctional or negative manifestations of love. And our emotional center, that's our heart chakra. The throat chakra, the color designation, blue or greenish blue, and our throat chakra governs our ability to communicate and our ability to express ourselves. Because you can communicate not just with words, but with mannerisms, with your own energy, with how you move, with how you walk, gestures, mannerisms, facial expressions, the keyword expressions. It also governs our relationship with the truth and our ability to communicate and express that truth, or our truth. The second to the last chakra is our third eye. That color will always be violet or purplish blue for our pineal gland, third eye. And that governs spiritual sight, psychic abilities. But it also governs our perspective and our ability to interpret what we see and experience, internally and externally. That's deep. Our crown chakra, our crown, is always gold or white for pure energy. Our connection to the universe. And that governs, our crown chakra governs our spiritual connection to the universe. And our spiritual consciousness and higher consciousness within us. The spiritual significance of the chakra and attributed crystal colors. Red, life, intensity, passion, temper, and will. Orange, health, joy, warmth, sexuality, and sensuality. Yellow, the sun. And what the sun represents to you, because the sun can represent many different things for different people. The energy you put out into the world. Yellow represents courage, your personal power, the proper balance of the external and internal you, and how you project yourself to the world around you. Green represents healing on all levels, compassion, your emotions, and how they affect you and the world around you. Pink. Pink, I put in here with the green, because pink is a very powerful color. Too many people say pink. Oh yeah, okay, you know, whatever. No, but pink is very powerful because it's talking about self-love. Not only just love, but self-love. You cannot have any lasting love in your life if you don't have self-love. They go hand in hand. Because if you don't love yourself, you're going to be attracted to people that are emotionally unavailable. You're going to be attracted to sociopathic people people who have sociopathic tendencies. Not everybody's a sociopath, but a lot of people have sociopathic tendencies. You're going to be attracted to what you feel about yourself. So keep that in mind. Pink is a very powerful color, and pink crystals are very powerful crystals. And very good to use in all your chakras, but more importantly in your heart chakra, your emotional center. Okay, your throat chakra, or blue, the color blue, represents your ability to express your internal self and external self. Your internal self is your true self, the person you are on the inside when you are alone. The external you is the identity you project to the world you interact with, the persona you've created to navigate the world around you. They're two different people, okay? All right. And blue is the color that helps you establish that and understand that difference and express them both. Purple equals intuition, psychic abilities, your connection to other dimensions, your mental and spiritual self. White and gold, spiritual light, a beacon that shines on all dimensional planes of existence, your connection to what you consider divinity, your own divinity, direct link to communicate with the universe that you are one with. Okay, you can combine crystals of different colors for chakra healing, or healing yourself, you know. Combine, be creative. Just know the crystals you're working with and know the color attributions, you know, color correspondences. Know what each color does. Know what each color can do for you. and know what different colors that you need, you know, in your spiritual being, in your chakras. Research crystals, research the colors to know the vibrations they have to better aid you when balancing, cleansing, or healing yourself or your chakras. You can combine crystals for different colors. For example, like I just told you, pink quartz on your heart chakra to heal and promote self-love and love. We all need some love, okay? Can never have enough of that. You can also wear crystal pendants. Isn't that awesome? And the crystal is sending out that vibration that you need to heal yourself and heal your environment and heal your, you know, aura, your space, your personal space. Books that I recommend that go deep into this, and that it's a phenomenal read, and you get to, you know, it's fun. I think reading's fun. The books I recommend: Crystal Enlightenment, Crystal Healing, The Crystalline Transmission, Crystalline Illumination. All of these books are written by the author Katrina Raphael. I love her books, and they go really deep into the nature of crystals, and it's not too highfalutin spiritual or whatever, but it's just the right balance of spirituality and information that you need to balance that, you know? I like it. Check it out. Check out these books. You can get them on Amazon. Feel free to incorporate your own spiritual or occult traditions with your crystal work, but I urge you to follow the color coordination of the chakras handed down in the Vedic teachings to ensure spiritual healing and growth. The ancients knew what they were talking about. They didn't just pull it out their ass, you know what I mean? They put in work. So adhere to that if you don't have your own system going on, and incorporate your own system to it, you know? That way you can't go wrong. How to cleanse crystals. You can have crystals and work with crystals, but you know you have to cleanse these crystals. A lot of people ask, how? Super easy. Wash them with water, place them in a bowl of salt, and place the bowl in direct sunlight for a day or two. The salt absorbs, you know? And that's a powerful cleansing for these crystals. You can sage or smudge crystals to spiritually cleanse them as well. I do the salt and the sage, just in case. I'm overkill status. Now, you can program or charge a crystal. I say program, but it's basically charging the crystal. And how you program them is you hold them in your hand, and basically out loud, you tell them what you want them to do, what you need them to do. They're like little computers, and you give them a command. Preferably one command per crystal. You don't want to overload a crystal. You're going like for example, with this crystal right here, right? I love this, one of my favorite crystals. And you can't go like, okay, I want you to bring me money. I want a man that's tall, has a deep voice, deep pockets too. No, nothing like that. When you have a crystal, remember, this is spiritual. What you have to do is you go like, okay, I would like for you, no, you don't say I would like. You basically give it a command. Help me to become one with light on the physical plane, that I may share it with others, that I may teach, and that I may learn to be a better teacher. Help me to ascend by helping others ascend. Help me to bring light to dark places. Open the portals to prosperity, opportunities for prosperity and money, that I may work hard and that I may share my bounty with all those around me. Boom. Nothing too crazy, you know? This is a big crystal, and this is a master crystal because it's a tantric crystal. It's 2 crystals in one. I don't know if you can see. There you go, see. So it can handle a little bit more complicated stuff. If you got a crystal like, I don't know, let's say this one. See, this one's a little bit smaller. Give it one command. You know, that way it'll be you increase its ability to succeed. You don't want to set your crystals up to fail. You know? Okay, but that's how you program a crystal, and that crystal will then start generating that particular vibration. A command instills it with a function. That function will start repeating itself, and the crystal will start generating the energy to manifest that in your life. You can do that with crystal pendants as well. Protect me from harm, repel negativity, or bring joy into my life. Help me to bring joy into my life. You know, help me to understand love within myself and to see love in others. You can totally do that, you know? That's programming a crystal. I do all of the above every couple of months, depending on their usage, my crystals, depending how much I use them. I've been working with them extensively since mid-90s. Cleansing them and recharging them, because you have to recharge your crystals, is the same thing. The way I told you how to cleanse them, put them, rinse them with water, then put them in salt. Sea salt would be better. Sea salt. And the sun for a couple of days. Perfect way to recharge them, cleanse them, you know. So they're ready to receive new orders, new programs, you know. And that's what I have with crystals. There are many different types of crystals. And the books, research, also online, Google, you know. When I started all this magic and when I started working and doing research and everything, I had to hit the books, you know. There was no internet at that time. Now there is, so it's easy, you can do it, and bring a little light into your life, a little joy into your life, and that's what crystals do, okay? I hope this information finds you well. Thank you for tuning in. If you have questions or comments, please let me know. Leave them in the comments section. I try to get back to comments, and I think I'm pretty good about it. Some I miss, but that's not on purpose. I try to get to everybody. So this is what I have today. Please check my videos my video channel for new videos. I'm just bringing light to dark places. I hope you are too. I hope this information finds you well, and thank you for tuning in. More videos coming soon. Bye.